have a second pay-per-view this weekend. It is WWE's The Horror Show at Extreme Rules this Sunday night on, of course, the award-winning WWE Network. It may still be on pay-per-view as well, but as WWE used to tell us on TV, why would you buy it on pay-per-view when you could buy it on the network?
Like, do we know? Can you still order the pay-per-view?
As of a couple months ago, you could, but I honestly have no clue. But I do miss JBL looking deep into the camera and basically saying, "You're an idiot if you buy the pay-per-view." Like, why would you do it, you moron? You're spending so much money on this pay-per-view when you could just buy the network. And you used to be able to get them for free for the first month if you just created another burner email, but those days are gone. But let's start at what I don't understand how, like, a month ago, which feels like a year ago, when we were at, was it Money in the Bank? Was that the last pay-per-view? I've lost track.
No.
No.
Backlash.
Backlash. That's right. Backlash was the last one. Where's my goddamn sounder? Where is it? There it is.
He raked my back. Yeah, no, he didn't literally rake it.
That's right. It was the greatest match of all time. I forgot. So they unveiled like the new logo, and I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. And then somewhere along the line, they just started saying The Horror Show at Extreme Rules, and I'm like, the fuck does that, like, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, what?
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck is that?
Like, I don't. Do we have any guesses as to what that? Because it's like there's not a horror show match. I don't even think there's an Extreme Rules match. There's not even an Extreme Rules match. I love the WWE, but what does this mean? Ryan, do you have any guesses? What is a horror show? No clue.
Jim, I'm glad you asked, because I did take advantage of the one free month of Sonny's OnlyFans. So I can tell you what a horror show is.
It is Sonny's OnlyFans. Devin confirms you can still buy a pay-per-view. Nikki as well. The network isn't everywhere. There's still people with AOL, because probably too. Well, and Lou brings up a great point. If an eye extraction match isn't Extreme Rules, I don't know what is. But again, it is not listed as an Extreme Rules match. Like, to be fair, I understand that a match in which you have to rip out your opponent's eye. Thank you, Ryan.
That sound has to be played when the eyes. If I don't get a pop,
this thing's getting an F.
Yeah, it's an absolute F for me.
But like, nothing is listed as an Extreme Rules. Tim, do you have any guesses as to what a horror show is?
I believe it's WWE during the COVID era. I believe that is what the horror show is.
I was really hoping when Tim responded, he was just going to turn the flashlight on his face. Let me tell you about a horror show.
Let me tell you. I've seen some things. Brittany, do you have any guesses?
I don't know what a horror show is, but I have an outfit for this specific pay-per-view.
Oh, wow.
My horror show. Yes. I have my horror show hat. So this is what I'm imagining is going to be at the horror show. It's just going to be this. This is the horror show. Yes, this is what I've been wearing for the pay-per-view.
Very good. Now,
my horror show.
I won't be wearing pants for the pay-per-view. I'm not going to bullshit anybody. No pants here.
I mean, I've been quarantined for 4 months. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually wore pants. Full disclosure.
I generally always assume that no one's wearing pants during the 3 count episode.
I'm not wearing pants.
But I do like, Brittany, the hat, so like when the horror show gets too much, you can pull the veil down.
Yeah. I can just watch like this, and I can be like, I'm done.
I might have to invest in one of those before Sunday. I do have Amazon Prime, so it should still arrive in time. Now I did. Now I skipped over. I forgot, since we're transitioning between one pay-per-view to the other. I did put out the 3 count question of the week for this week, and it was basically just very simply, are you going to watch none of either or both of the pay-per-views this weekend? Devin said he's going to try to watch both. I am planning on watching both. I haven't gotten final approval from the boss here in the house, but I plan on buying the Impact pay-per-view. I will, of course, be watching my WWE pay-per-view. I mean, that's a given. So, Ryan, your answer to the 3 count question of the week.
Just do it, Jim.
Just
Throw
do it.
pants for the first time in 4 fucking months and order the pay-per-view. If I was not in beautiful Newmanstown, Pennsylvania Saturday night, I would absolutely be watching the Impact pay-per-view live. But since I'm not, they're not getting a cent from me, and I'll just read the results.
Just do it!
Matt, how about you?
I mean, I will watch the WWE pay-per-view. Let me see if I have a coin here to determine.
I have a coin flip app. Oh no, you have a coin?
Flip your baby.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she's asleep. Like, to wake her up for you.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Anyway, it's heads, so yeah, I'll watch GFW as well.
Tim, will you? How? Well, I know you're going to be away. So how are you handling this one?
So if I can find Slammiversary between all the hotel room porn, I'll order it. If not, then I'll probably just have to watch the horror show that is Extreme Rules, I think that's how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. I watch WWE pay-per-views out of obligation nowadays. So yeah.
It sounds about right. Brittany, how about you?
I will be watching the Horror Show at Extreme Rules. I will be watching that. I don't think I will probably watch Slammiversary later in the week, and or the Cliff Notes version, which is just watching the clips online, catching up on their Twitter and just watching the clips and going, oh yeah, there's the memorable parts. I'll see you again next year, Slammiversary.
Well, it's been real, Impact. I'll see you in a year.
See you in a year.
Basically how like I used to treat like Royal Rumble, like WWE pay-per-views before the network. It was like, all right, we always have WrestleMania, and then we probably have Royal Rumble. Maybe I'll see you in the summer. I don't know. All right, so let's look at these 6 matches that we have here listed for this one. I guess there could be more added tomorrow night on SmackDown, but we will. This is what we have here on a Thursday. We have Apollo Crews defending the United States Championship against MVP. I actually think they're going to go MVP here, and I think this is going to eventually lead to Apollo joining this new MVP Bobby Lashley faction. Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, I have 2020 because this is the year that we're in. I have MVP becoming a WWE champion in 2020.
Sure.
I mean, I thought he originally actually said like he was here for a one-off and then was going to just do this manager thing, and has seen himself in action. So yeah, why not? It's 2020. Let's give MVP some gold.
Exactly. Matt, how about you?
I don't really care about this one. Apollo Crews.
Perfect. Tim, how about you?
Well, I'm confused because even though Apollo Crews is the champion, MVP unveiled a new title, and that title's in his possession. So, who's the? I'm gonna go Broski on this one.
All right.
No, it's MVP. I love MVP. Yeah. Montel Vontavious Porter, please.
Perfect. That would be MVPP, or is the please not part of the initials?
Well, it'd be MVP, comma P.
Gotcha. Perfect. Brittany, how about you?
Ken Shamrock.
Yes.
I do. Again, it's 2020. This might be our last year on this earth. We don't know. A comet could hit. So I feel like WWE might be going back and righting some wrongs and being like, you know what? You deserve a championship now. Come on back. Come on back and get a championship before all of us go to hell. So, I mean, like, you're just here. So, yeah, MVP is going to get it. I really want Apollo Crews to still have it just because I think he deserves it so much. He deserves to be a champion. He's a fantastic wrestler, and he's kind of been on the sides for so long. I mean, he's wrestled, but he hasn't really been in the spotlight. But I do feel like this is going to be a good storyline for him. I think he'll stay in the storyline with MVP and Lashley. Whether he joins them or not, I don't know. But I think that he'll still be in that story arc, either against them or with them in that way. So, yeah, MVP is going to win a title in 2020. And
like, let's be honest, though, too.
Show,
like
the horror show at the horror show at Extreme Rules.
The horror show at or the horror show of Extreme Rules. I'm not sure. But like, let's be honest too. Like, if there was going to be a comet that was going to hit the Earth this year, the way 2020 has been, that motherfucker is just going to hit and skip off, and we're still going to have to keep living through this damn thing because of 2020. Ryan, did you have a question before we move on?
It's more of a statement.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if everybody was aware that MVP is the wrong side of 30.
He is. He absolutely is. I still stick with my prediction, though. I appreciate you bringing the heads up on that one.
46. Old as shit.
old as shit. All right, then we go to, speaking of old as shit, Rey Mysterio's taking on Seth Rollins in a eye for an eye match. And as I'm sure they'll remind us about 1,000 times on Sunday, this match can only be won when one competitor extracts the eye of their opponent. Sure, because again, 2020. There you go. See, Brittany knows what's up. Brittany won. Woohoo! I'm gonna go with. Devin had Apollo winning the last match.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio, and I'm going to steal. I don't remember who it was. It was more than like 6 hours ago that somebody had commented this somewhere on one of our Facebook posts that they think this could be a way for Seth to go away to be with pregnant Becky. So I'm going to go agree with that prediction. So I'm going to say Rey Mysterio plucks Rollins' eye clean out of his skull and is the victor in this horror show of a match. Ryan, how about you?
I am ready for this match to just be the absolute drizzling shit.
And you actually said that phrase. You hate that phrase.
Already my least favorite cinematic match ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
Worse than the Ninjas?
The Ninjas were really bad. This is going to be so dumb. I hate it. I don't even want to predict it. I hate it that much.
Well, I'm going to make you.
Seth Rollins.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. Making a prediction.
You can hide not having an eye behind a mask.
That's true. That is true.
God, what a stupid match.
I defend a lot of things. I really do. I go out of my way to defend things that this company does. I go out of my way to defend things I probably shouldn't defend that this company does. But the bar for this one, pretty low.
Remember that show we were like all GMs for? I think there was a dude there that only had one eye.
Probably.
I have blocked that show from my mind.
I mean, probably.
You were there, Matt. You were there. I remember.
I imagine that was a thing that happened at that show.
I think that was a thing.
Probably. Are we talking people in the crowd or an actual wrestler on that show?
About the wrestler on that show.
Okay, because I'm guaranteed there was somebody in the crowd with only one eye. But
You can't say that, Jim.
What do you mean?
You can't guarantee that shit.
What? I'm sure there was.
I don't think one-eyedness is very common. That just random. A lot of people have it.
They might.
Get out of here.
Like, what is that one eye even supposed to signify? Like, wrestling fans, like, we already, like...
I don't know. I didn't say it signified anything. I'm just making a prediction.
Half the time.
I just made a prediction. I mean, I'm not saying anything about wrestling fans.
We heard what you said loud and clear, Jim. It was truly offensive.
Look, baby.
Making fun of people with disabilities.
Look, baby. I don't come onto this forum or sit in my car to drive to get to Palmyra to get the best pizza in the goddamn universe to insult people just based on some made up thing. I think I remember seeing somebody with an eye patch. That's all I'm saying. So I assume, baby, if you have an eye patch, that you probably only have one eye. I'm not saying that wrestling fans smell or anything like that.
God.
You know, but like I'm not yelling at people with my turn signal on. I'm just saying, baby, that Bartola's Pizza is the best pizza anywhere. I mean, why would it be in New York City or like, I don't know, Italy?
Well,
but Palmyra,
PA
definitely holds up. What's that, Matt?
What toppings are you putting on this pizza?
Probably pepperoni or.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I assume that's. Matt, we'll go to you. I think we're at your turn to make your prediction on this match.
I think so. You know what? I'm gonna throw it out there. This is gonna be the best cinematic match that we've seen.
Wow.
You know, done right, the CGI loss of the eye can, like, I'll reference Kill Bill Volume 2. You can do a really solid eye picking out. And I'm gonna pick Rey Mysterio to win because I am 100% behind Pirate Seth Rollins in 2020. Fully on board, like coming out with like the sword and the bandana. I'm tired of the Messiah Seth Rollins. We need
blasphemy.
Seth, and we're gonna make him swashbuckling Seth. I can
Way
see
out of line. Way out of line.
You probably already pre-ordered 2 of them. But yeah, Rey Mysterio wins, and I patch Seth Rollins closes out 2020 for me.
Oh, that pisses me off. That pisses me right off.
Tim, how about you?
Why is this a thing?
No fucking clue.
Like, this is a prime example of Vince McMahon finding money in something off the wall and then driving it into the ground. Like, so somebody's actually gonna get their eyeball pulled out?
That's what the match says. That's what the stipulation is.
Yeah, I know better. Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins wins because I want Dominic Mysterio to do the world's largest 619s on Seth Rollins and the rest of the Funky Bunch.
Oh, well, there's only one other one, right? Like the third man in Seth's congregation
he's canceled.
Isn't a thing anymore, right? Like that's something I've noticed over the past couple weeks that he just gone. He gone, right?
Oh, did we cancel him?
I think so. I mean, I would assume unless he's got the COVIDs.
He could have the COVID.
But he hasn't been around. And I don't think he's been around since cancellations began.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I want Seth Rollins.
All right, perfect. Now, Brittany, before we get your prediction, dare we ask why you have an eye just at the ready?
Well, my jewelry hangs right next to where I'm filming. I'm in my bedroom, and this is a necklace that my friend made for me. This is a real glass eye that they use. It's got like the little veins in it and everything, and it's
Okay.
hollow, and so you can pop it in. So she made me a necklace with a real glass eye. So I just happened to reach over and grab it. I have props. Yeah, props.
Well, it may at least the backstory makes me feel a little bit more comfortable as to why you just have an eye on the ready. So, who do you think is going to get their eye plucked out this Sunday?
I hope that it's Seth Rollins, and I do think it's because he's going to go off and be with Becky for a little bit and do a little R&R and have that. That way he also is away a little bit from the COVID, so he doesn't bring it back to her and the baby, But I want it to be Seth not because of Pirate Seth, but because of Seth's current, form, I guess. I don't know. He's not in his final form, but he's in his current form. He could be the ultimate Bond villain if he came back with an eye patch.
That's true.
Full on that weird fur coat that he's wearing and the gloves and an eye patch and a fluffy cat. He'd be good to go.
I love it. like a weird but somewhere between Dr. Evil and an actual Bond villain.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Hello, Rey Mysterio."
Yeah,
now I take your son.
I'd be here for that. Because I do love this Seth Rollins. So, good God, we still have 4 matches to go here. We go to Braun Strowman, who is not defending the championship that he holds against Bray Wyatt in a Wyatt swamp fight. Whatever. Again, I don't know what a horror show is. I don't know. There we go. Brittany's putting the veil on. I don't know what the hell a Wyatt swamp fight is. Devin says Seth Rollins is going to win that one, and Lou has Rey Mysterio.
I was really hoping Brittany was going to pull out a swamp thing, Matt. Just reaching over with additional props.
Yeah, I don't know what a Wyatt swamp fight is, and I assume that we're going to get rocking chair Bray Wyatt for this. No clue. But because there's not a title involved, Bray's going to get the win, which, then we got to get the rubber match at SummerSlam. So yeah, I'm going to go Bray Wyatt, on this one. So Ryan, what do you got?
Here's my 3 takes on this match. It's really just 2, I suppose. Bray Wyatt will win this one. It is going to be Swamp Bray, Rocking Chair Bray, as I believe you called him. Wyatt family Bray Wyatt, and then we will see the Fiend at SummerSlam for the 3rd match. We'll see all 3 flavors, like a Neapolitan ice cream, if you will, of Bray Wyatt. And I hope for the entire duration of this match, they just loop the Skinner theme song for the entirety of the match, and I will be fine. If not that, they could play the song Swamp Music by Leonard Skinner, and I think that would pass as well. Unless Leonard Skinner's been canceled, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, so it does make sense, I guess, for Rocking Chair Bray to appear, but it doesn't make sense to me for him to win. I feel like we don't see that win come until it's the Fiend. So I have Braun picking up the win, power slamming him through said rocking chair, and we get to finally at SummerSlam the Fiend taking on Braun Strowman.
Now, Ryan, well, once the lady on the YouTube video stops talking about how she's not voting for Trump this time, which is apparently the only ad on YouTube anymore. Are you talking this theme for Skinner? Or are you talking
The World Wrestling.
God damn it, this theme. This one. Like frogs and crickets and shit.
The entire time, just loud frogs and crickets.
Sure. I think that
referee for this match though is going to be I forget the guy's name now from Tough Enough.
ZZ. Dem Alligator.
He lives here with us.
Tim, who do you have in whatever the hell a swamp fight is?
So I think what's going to happen is Bobby Boucher is going to show up, and he's going to drop kick Braun Strowman, and Boogaloo Bray is going to win.
Perfect. Brittany, who do you got here?
Oh man, I mean, first off, ZZ does live in New Orleans. He came and trained with us a little bit after he left, but he works at a wildlife reserve, like showing snapping.
Does he work Does he work with Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, or is that a?
No, that's not here in New Orleans. It's not here in Louisiana. Pretty close though, but I think neither are gonna win. I think this one is gonna, like, something's gonna happen where they don't win to build up to SummerSlam.
Okay.
So that it can be. So I do think neither's gonna win. However, I do think it's gonna be like Swamp Wyatt. Like, I don't think it's gonna be the Fiend. However, I do think they're gonna do the red lighting the entire match.
Perfect. Somehow, like, the light in a swamp is just red. All right, let's go to the singles match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley defending against Nikki Cross. I'm simply going to just predict Bayley retaining here. I'll elaborate more with the next women's title match. Ryan, how about you?
I agree.
Matt, how about you?
Yes.
Thank you. Tim, how about you?
Yeah, Bayley.
Perfect. Brittany, how about you?
I felt like we were all in a weird council meeting where we were voting for something.
Yes.
Yes. I want Nikki to win. I mean, I'm sure Bayley's probably going to retain it, but, like, I just want to root for Nikki. I want my little Spitfire to win so bad. I want her to win. So I'm going to go with Nikki just so that I can feel good about myself and also just be thoroughly disappointed when it doesn't happen.
I think disappointment might be the theme for this pay-per-view. Asuka defending Devin had Nikki picking up the win here in that one. A singles match for the Raw Women's title. Asuka defending against Sasha Banks. I think Sasha is going to get her title here, and Sasha and Bayley are just going to reign supreme at least until SummerSlam. There's been a few MVPs throughout this empty arena era, and the Sasha Bayley combo have absolutely, especially over the last month, 6 weeks, have just been spectacular. Once they got the tag titles, Bayley with the women's title, it has been as appointment TV as you can get in this era. They've been very, very good. Ryan, how about you here?
Jim, just mere weeks ago, you were suckling from the teat of Asuka, saying that she was the greatest thing of the COVID era.
I didn't say she wasn't.
You loved it. It was the greatest thing. I saw you. It's on video, Jim. Absolutely, Asuka's going to retain. You can't change it. Asuka's winning and retaining.
Matt, how about you?
Oh, my.
I can vouch for the suckling of the teeth portion.
I fucked up. I should have hit this sounder.
I'm going to drink a big glass of milk.
I broke myself on that one. Matt.
I will say, too, just to backtrack a bit, tip of the cap to no one making any type of glass eye jokes and referencing HBK, because I was going to myself, but I thought it was very off-brand. I can vouch for the suckling of the teeth portion of the speech, but I do not vouch for the Asuka portion. I do think Sasha gets the win just because I have always been on record of suckling the teeth of Sasha, saying she's the greatest thing ever. I'm
going to drink a big glass of milk.
Thank you. So I will just stick with that, Sasha. And Sasha and Bayley 2 belts for the rest of 2020.
Or at least until August, which could be the end of 2020. New Year's Day might be Labor Day weekend at this point.
Playing with house money here, so, you know.
Tim, how about you?
So I've been theory crafting in my brain what the WWE is going to do next to make the horror show that is WWE in 2020 that much.
Tim, you were cutting out there. Oh, you're
so good. True. So for my prognostication to come true, Sasha Banks has to win here.
Okay.
So we can do. Are you losing me?
Yeah, a little bit. We heard Sasha Banks has to win, and then it cut off.
So I got prognostications and things going on in my brain that have to go down, and in order for that to work, Sasha's got to win.
All right.
I think they're going to do something real funky. They're going to do something real funky at SummerSlam.
Lou said 2020 got Tim.
You're gonna do something really fun.
Jesus. Brittany, who do you got here? Asuka versus Sasha Banks.
Sure. I think that if it were to go my way, which nothing in 2020 has gone my way, but if it were to go my way, Bayley would lose her title to Nikki, and Sasha would get her title from Asuka, and that would cause Sasha and Bayley to be like fight again, because eventually down the road they're gonna have them battle again and be frenemies. It's just it is a repetitive cycle that we're never gonna break. It is Groundhog Day. Becky and Sasha are Groundhog Day over and over again when it comes to that. But I think Asuka's gonna retain. I mean, what do you do with Asuka after that? Where does Asuka go?
Yeah, I have no clue. I mean, unless
go from here, unless it's the end of the world, and then they're like, okay.
Oh, don't even put that out in the universe. God knows it could happen. Well, I'd say earlier I don't know if you are aware of the Twitter account, like Old Takes Exposed, where like somebody will have a bad take and they'll dig it up years later when they've proven to be wrong. And somebody had tweeted like 2.5 years ago that the world was going to end July 16th, 2020. And at like 2:00 this afternoon, Old Takes Exposed, like quote retweeted. And I'm like, hello, there's still hours left in the day. Don't you dare put that out there. I still have a podcast to do today
for that.
So I think we did lose Tim.
What was Tim's answer? Was it Sasha Banks in the library with the wrench?
Yeah, that was definitely gonna hit her on the head and just it like it was gonna bounce off. Yeah, I'm not sure if he jumps back in, we'll get him back on. Devin said Alaska is going to win. I assume he means Asuka, and autocorrect got him. That's what I assume. But at this point, there may be somebody debuting as Alaska and getting the win here. Again, this year, no freaking clue.
It's literally just going to be a moose from Alaska. It just comes in, it just storms the stage.
Just the
Moose is the other show.
He's the other show. It's just going to be this. No, it's going to be the 6-foot-tall stuffed moose that I took a picture with along the King's Highway in Ontario when I vacationed there a few years ago. That thing's going to come to life and is going to come and win the Raw Women's title. Let's look at the main event. We finally have made it to the main event of this program. It is the to be determined match for the WWE Championship. So we're going to give a prediction on what we think the stipulation for this will be. It is Drew McIntyre defending his WWE Championship against Dolph Ziggler, because apparently all you have to do to get a WWE Championship match is to be part of a trade to Raw. And then you just walk in and like, I got a title match. So maybe Heath Slater should have tried that. He should have just said, I want a title match, and he could have gotten one. But my prediction for this, to somehow get some sort of like continuity on this show. Intern Mark's watching with us in the on the live video. He couldn't join us on the call, but he's somehow with us here in the chat. Hi, Mark. I'm going to say this is going to be the lone Extreme Rules match on this program, which is going to be way wrong because why would there be an Extreme Rules match on this show? But Dolph is going to lose. Drew McIntyre is going to retain and set up a program for SummerSlam against, could be Moose, could be Ken Shamrock. I don't know. Ryan, who do you got here?
This is going to be a sleepaway camp match to tie into the horror shows. And inside of the sleepaway camp, they will have a steel cage erected where they will be tied to each corner and have to saw their foot off to begin the match like Saw. And Drew McIntyre will retain. But Curtis Axel will be in this match too.
Oh! Matt.
The perfect reaction. So wait, was this like a twofold question? Are we supposed to predict
the stipulation because Dolph hasn't announced it yet for whatever good reason, and then who's going to win?
All right, so it's going to be a Sunny on a pole match. The loser has to subscribe to the OnlyFans for a full calendar year and put up all legal fees for the next decade. And Drew McIntyre gets the win, and
You're a loser.
Dolph Ziggler's fortune just disappear because legal fees.
Because that's to get her out.
A small loan of $1 million.
Brittany, what's the stipulation, and who comes out the WWE champion?
Well, okay. First of all, sleepaway camp 1 or 2.
First of all, there were 4 sleepaway camps.
I know, but the first 2 were. The second one was very interesting. So sleepaway camp 1 or 2.
Oh, the first one. Angela's going to be in the corner with her dong out.
Okay. Good. Okay. Cool. I just needed to make sure because I had it in my mind and I was like, well, that could be a possibility, but let's see. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
So I was thinking that it could be sleepaway camp 2 where she comes back to life as a man.
Funny.
Or as a woman.
There is that -1 that you were talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't Brian Adams. Shit.
So I think the stipulations are going to be something, honestly, again, even though this is called the horror show at Extreme Rules, I think this is going to be just not a boring match. Boring is a horrible word, but boring is the only word that I can think of. I think it's going to be because of Dolph Ziggler. It's going to be just a simple grappling match. I mean, he was a collegiate wrestler at Kent State, where I went to school. So it's where I go to school. So I think that it probably is just going to be like a whole I can out wrestle you, big Scottish man.
Boring.
You big sexy Scottish man. You just that's what he's gonna say. Those exact words he's gonna say. You big sexy.
Direct quote.
You big sexy Scottish man.
I can out wrestle you. Now come over here and take your shirt off. I don't know, or it's gonna be a baby pool full of lube. Whatever. I don't. It's 2020. Who knows?
Oh my!
The baby pool. That's so you're kind of agreeing with Matt. It's a Sunny on a pole match.
Right.
Kind of. This is the pre-show to that.
He goes by Cloudy now, by the way.
As we're backing up.
By Overcast.
Just Overcast.
As we're backing up to move, I found I had a copy of Sonny's book. For some reason, didn't make it into the going on to the next house box. It ended up in the garbage bin. But
thing sucks.
I did read some of it. There was like pages you could color. I've gone on in that.
Wow. Okay.
Pages that were stuck together. It runs the whole gamut on that one.
I got it when I was 16.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you got to take care of business where business is taken care of. Devin says this will be a TLC match and Drew will win. Jason says this will clear.
No, hold on. A TLC match.
Sure.
With Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules.
No, the horror show.
The
at
horror
Extreme
show
Rules
at Extreme Rules. He says, and Jason says this will clearly be a Heath Slater on a pole match, and Drew retains.
Oh.
I do think Drew's going to retain, regardless of what it is.
Yes, I would hope so. But again, 2020, so.
Maybe this one is filmed inside the Haunted Mansion at Knoebels.
Oh, there you go. That's an exciting one.
It's a great dark ride. That's a nice twist.
Not the Haunted Mansion at the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk.
Oh, the one in Funland? That one's fantastic, too.
Is it really? Have you actually gone on that?
Of course I have.
Well, yeah, that was a dumb question.
Yeah, but you sit on it. It's weird. It's like you sit in the car and it hangs.
You sit on it and spin? Is that what you do?
That's a different ride.
Yeah.
That's a different ride.
That's at the Purple Parrot in Rehoboth.
Oh.
Totally different things.
I'm lost on everything that you talked about, so I'm just going to agree.
Ryan, Lou asks, does Drew hit the Claymore with his sawed-off foot? Did you say something?
No, it wouldn't be a foot anymore. It's a nub. But he absolutely does.
So he hits it. Okay, he hits him with the nub.
He'll hit it with the nub. He'll slap his thigh. Randy Orton won't say anything about it because it's on his fucking brand. But he's definitely going to slap his leg, too.
Okay.
He'll nub the shit out of him, though. He'll be nubbed to death.
Death by nubbing. Death by nubbing. All right.
Horror show, baby.
Let's exactly. All right.
I mean, you don't really call it a nub. It's more of a stump, right?
Sure.
It would be a stump, I suppose.
It would be
it was more of an arm thing, I guess.
So then, does he call it the stump more or the clay stump moving forward?
Stump more. I think stump more has a better talk less, stump more. They'll just change up the shirt.
Buy that shirt, Jim. Yeah.
Merry Christmas to me. Yay. Yay.
No, he's gonna change his name to the Texas Tornado and be just fine.
Oh, wow. All right, let's give a grade what we think this show is going to do.
F.
I'm going to go with D+. I'm going to go with a D+. I think that I want to be as optimistic as I can, but
D+.
Yeah.
Jim, I don't think I've ever heard you give below.
No, you probably never have. We're reaching new territory, folks. D+. I can only be surprised at this point. Ryan, you're going with F?
And goddamn well next week Jim's gonna be like, I thought it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised at all of the outcomes. It was a really good show. A-. Yeah, absolutely F.
Matt.
Yeah. By Jim's standards, it wasn't that great. I'll give it my lowest grade ever, an A-. So like a 90.1.
I do have to go through with my new grading system again, but I have to remember back a month ago to remember how I did that. So we'll see if I can do that at this point, because my brain is like mush.
It's tough for me to be so negative now when I'm working with a D+ and an F here. So I will give it a big old goose egg, 0.
0.0.
Thing sucks.
That's another soundbite I gotta get. Brittany, how about you?
Well, I mean, I gave Slammiversary a C, not knowing anything about it since last Slammiversary. I'm just gonna middle of the road it and say a C- because I don't want to give it a D or an F because I don't want to be that mean. I just like,
Oh, that's sweet.
It's one of those things of like, I don't understand obviously because I'm not a millionaire, but I understand that in the time of COVID, like working with certain things is very difficult and being able to put on stuff is difficult. So I understand, but I also like, I just think at this point, somebody has lost their mind in writing or like, you know, like they're at this point, they're like, you know what, because we can film these cinematic matches, we're gonna have ninjas and we're gonna have an eye for an eye match. Like, because we can film these cinematic matches, we're gonna, next time, to outshine AEW, they're gonna have dinosaurs. Like, it's going to be full on Jurassic
Like
World.
literal
Like,
dinosaurs, not like half human, half dinosaur.
No, like literal, like they're gonna have like mini raptors chasing like R-Truth or something for the 24/7 championship. Like,
I believe the term is jump the shark. And we may have hit that point with the cinematic matches because it looks like we're going to have at least two of them.
They might have a jumping shark. That
They might. They might have I mean, they're in Orlando.
Laser beams shooting out of their heads.
Shooting out of their heads.
Oh my goodness. Seth Rollins will come back with his eye patch and like his evil.
Charlie, what up, brother? Let's see here. Lou says F or a G. If we can give it a G. Devin has D plus. And Jason says this will be AEW level trash.
That's gonna be
so man, that's rough. All right.
Is that Rhinosaurus? I see Rhinosaurus making a debut.
Now intern Mark says a jumping shark would be fantastic. Intern Mark loves what was that? The dancing shark from with Katy Perry.
No, he loves Jocelyn.
Well, he does love Jocelyn as well.
He also loves the Baby Shark song.
Nobody loved the Baby Shark song. No, nobody.
Mark and my daughter are the two people that apparently do.
That sounds about accurate. That sounds about accurate.
The target demographic.